Hey everybody, welcome back to Modern Mullet Garage. Today, super excited, we're gonna go over the Vortec V3 SI entry-level GM supercharger that my son and I just installed in our 86 Camaro IROC car. I have had the car since I was 12 years old. Started working on it with my dad and just recently kind of passed the torch to my son and I. That's Aiden. We've been finishing the car off here, how we've always wanted to get it set up. Before we go into that, I'll tell you what I had prior to the supercharger and bring you guys all up to speed. So the car originally had a motor built about 4 months ago. This was a full roller rocker, cam and lifter motor, stroker 383. That I put aluminum heads and intake on. I also went with shorty headers bought from Jegs. You can kind of see them. It's a tight fit back there for those that kind of open up the breathing for each of those exhaust ports. From there, those go into a full 3-inch stainless steel Borla exhaust, and then out the back of the car with the quad tips. Hard to see. We finally got some sun here in the Dakotas for once. It's starting to warm up actually, so that's nice. I apologize, the car's kind of dirty right now. It's in the garage. I've been cleaning. But I'm gonna pass this off to Aiden, and he is going to give you guys a rundown on how the fabrication went, what all we had to do, and what our hopes are of the original 450 plus horsepower stroker motor we had, and what we hope this supercharger is gonna put us closer to. All right, buddy, here you go.
So mainly what we have here is the engine and the fabrication of the brackets and stuff like that.
Show them the brackets that we had to fabricate.
So these brackets we had to cut mainly so that we could get it to fit
This power steering pump.
this power steering pump.
And that's down below.
And it's down below here. It's kind of hard to see.
Yeah. And then tell them about that pulley that we had to go walk around the junkyard to find.
This pulley,
this one off the power steering pumps.
this one down here, if you can't see it, there it is. That one we had to walk around a junkyard for, so it's not exactly easy to find what you're looking for.
Because it was rubbing against the steering box here.
Because it was mainly rubbing against these steering box.
Yeah.
So it was kind of hard to find.
But once we got all the brackets.
Once we got all the brackets, it was pretty easy from there. All we had to do was just install it into that blow-through carburetor. We mainly chose a Demon. It's good.
750.
750 Demon carburetor. And
the reason we had to use the blow-through was why?
Is because it only works with the blow-throughs.
This will only work at optimal performance with a blow-through carburetor.
Yes.
Okay. All right. And then come over and talk to them about what we have here. What type of supercharger did we decide to go with?
The type of supercharger we decided to go through was Vortec and V3 SI
entry level GM supercharger. Yeah.
This is a shipping plug that you just remove, and then this is the oil.
So in shipping, do they send you this one?
Yes.
Yep. You have to remove the plug.
You have to remove it.
And install the vented plug.
Yes.
And the crush-proof
Correct.
washer, right?
Washer.
That way you don't ruin that and strip
Yes.
it out. And then down below, what is that one?
That is the oil. That is
Dipstick.
the oil dipstick.
Yep, it's about 5 inches long, and it's got hash marks at the bottom to make sure that you have proper oil. Tell them about the kit that they send you.
The kit that they send us is a bunch of these oils.
Each of those is an oil change, tell them.
Each of these is an oil change that you are able to change out.
And then also in the kit, they send you this braided line.
Also in the kit, they send us these that braided line.
And that's how you change your oil.
That's how you change the oil.
Yep, take that cap off back there, right there. And I've set it up so that I can put that braided line down below so I don't get oil anywhere, and drain everything out. And then you put your cap back on that braided line, and then you come up here and you put one of those bottles in, and then check your dipstick to make sure it's on the hash marks, right?
Yep.
Alrighty. Also, what did we have to do to make it fit underneath this hood? I'm gonna talk to them about these here.
We had to
Loosen all these up.
loosen all those up so
We could rotate the housing
this housing
to fit underneath our hood. As you can see, we've had to cut our hood due to the car being lowered
with the drop kit that we put in.
to fit our
fit
hat
The hat.
that goes on top of the carburetor.
Yes.
Alrighty, what's our hope with this supercharger
Our
from where
hopes-
we're at and where we're going?
Our hopes for this car is that when we do start it, everything works really well.
No belts rub,
No belts rubbed against each other, and everything works really well.
and how much power are we hoping to get out of this bolt-on edition?
We are hoping to get 100 plus horsepower with this
From our original.
from our original position on 450 horsepower before the supercharger,
And then equal torque.
and equal torque.
I'm not sure. Only time and a dyno will tell, huh?
Yep.
All right. You want to you covered everything?
Yeah, I think we did.
Did you talk about the belt tension here and what you're allowed?
The belt tension is
You're only allowed a 1/2 inch of play
you're only allowed a 1/2 inch of play.
for your belt tension here, and that's from the guys at Vortec.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Did you cover everything, bud?
Yep.
Tell them you appreciate them checking in. Subscribe.
Thank you guys for checking in. Make sure you guys subscribe and hit that like button, and we'll see you guys and cover another video in the future
When we start it.
when we start it.